هرچی
مثلا
برای من فرق نمیکنه، هرچی فرق داره.
میتونیم هم اولش سلام به انگلیسی میکنم که کسایی که ممکنه که دارن نگاه میکنن این بیزینس رو و نمیدونن که اوضاع چه قرار هست بتونن بیان و نگاه کنن. Hello everyone, it's Monday, 27th of September in Canada. I'm here with Ali Hosseinian. Ali and I, we decided to have a chat. A lot of people ask me if this online business is something that only women can do, and I'm saying no, absolutely not. Some of the most successful people in our team are male, so it doesn't have anything to do with your gender or your nationality or what kind of a job they do. So Ali is one of those people. Just wanted to chat with you, but I think we're going to continue. Ali, I think maybe we should continue in Farsi, or do you want to continue in English?
It doesn't matter either way. We can manage both language probably, but if you want, we can. I'm not sure who will be our audience. So
yes,
yeah, so,
that's a good point.
Yeah, so if we have all Persian people, so for sure we can change the channel.
Yes, I have a lot of people, and many of them are Persians. But what if we continue in English, and then
Sure.
Then once in a while we would just translate the important things in Farsi, okay?
Sure, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
So Ali Jun, tell people who are watching who's Ali and what he does.
Yeah, first of all, I am a spam. Don't trust. Just briefly, I explain my background. So my engineering bachelor is in biomedical. I'm graduating back home from Iran. And when I moved to Canada in 2009, so I started doing the same work that I was doing from back home. My career background is oil and gas in Iran, and then when I came here, I was doing gas pipeline projects, and I got my master here in British Columbia. I was living in Vancouver for 7 years, and after 7 years, I moved to Toronto. Still, I am doing project management. So basically, what I'm doing is the project control and project management consulting to the different clients. I have a full-time job, 8 to 5, but I had some reasons that probably in this workshop I will explain that why I thought it would be worthwhile to have a plan B always in your
project. Yes, absolutely, Ali. Yeah, so this is a good thing that you mentioned. I still have my full-time job.
Yeah, we are from the same industry, right?
Yeah, we are from the same industry, and to be honest with you, I wasn't when I started this business, I wasn't planning for this to be something like what it is now. I just was looking for extra $2,000 a month. That's all.
Yeah. That was my plan too. If you remember the day first I told you, can I make 2,000? And you said, yeah, for sure. And it was.
And that happened on the month 3, and now I'm on the second year in this business. So $2,000 that I came for was just something that I achieved in no time. So, and I didn't expect to be making even more than my salary, which is, again, it's crazy. Because as professionals, we go to university, we study so hard. And at the end of the year, though, if you're living in Canada, United States, Australia, Europe, the money is never enough. We never have enough to live a comfortable life. And I was really stressed out. We didn't have any savings. That's the main reason I joined. We did not have any savings, and I was working full time, and my husband was working full time, as we're still both. And it was really hard for us to, have any savings. And in Canada and US or most of the countries, what people do is either they go in debt on their credit card, or they borrow from the line of credit, and that's just so normal. And for me, it wasn't normal because I hated having debts. I worked from the time I was 16 years old, and so if you're working and you're watching this video and you're wondering if this is something you can do in addition to your job, absolutely yes. Look at Ali and look at I. So Ali, how did you come across this business opportunity? Which platform was it from?
I get connected with one of your teammates through LinkedIn. LinkedIn
LinkedIn.
is as people know, it's a very professional platform that the people are not selling stuff on LinkedIn for sure, and they just put their background, experience, education information, the projects that they are working on. They put some link to the projects that you can see. Okay, if you go to my profile, you can see, okay, what project I was working here in Toronto. So yeah, it's a very professional platform, but I got trapped by
Yeah, trap.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good trap. I wish I was
Yeah,
trapped by LinkedIn 100 years
yeah,
ago.
it's a good
When I,
trap. It's a good trap, I promise.
yeah, it's a good trap. And for people who are watching, what platforms we're teaching people to use on social media?
So right now with my group, we are working on Facebook, we are working on LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Instagram is one of my favorites too. But this highway is a very long way, and you can go way more than that. YouTube, Google, but I never tried YouTube so far. But this is my plan. This is
Yeah,
something that I'm planning to do in next 2 3 months
yeah,
to
yeah,
work on
absolutely.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube is amazing. I was so scared of YouTube because I knew that people are having great successes on YouTube and they're making a lot of money. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I heard it's so complicated. I heard it's like you need a lot of testing. But I launched my first YouTube campaign last December, and I started making my first like checks started coming in February. So within 2 months, and I was like amazed by like social media, because this is what I tell people: what social media is not. It's just a tool. It's just a business tool for us to create income. You can create income using a lot of different tools, and we're using social media because the platform we're using is international. It has been around for 47 years. So a lot of people say, "Oh, this is something that is going to be, going away in 1 year or 2 years." I said, "No, it's absolutely not. The platform we're using has been around for 47 years. It runs in every single country, which means when you start this business using our platform, you can be running it in Africa, in Asia, Europe, North America, and anywhere you want. I have run campaign everywhere in the world, and I have made money. So you don't have to necessarily use. If you're in Canada, Canadian market, you can just expand your business anywhere you want. And then the other thing is like, so YouTube, yeah, it wasn't as difficult as I expected, and it's very complicated, yes, but it's we train people so much. Every
Yes.
week, or every 2 weeks, I have Zoom with my people in my team, and I'm going through their YouTube ads. I tell them what to do to make it better and better, and there's a lot of money to be made on YouTube. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And when you compare it with Facebook, Facebook is very, very good. I love Facebook targeting and the way Facebook algorithm works, which is very, very different from YouTube. But they're totally different platforms, and that's what we teach you everything. And this
Yes.
is a business that you will get all the resources you need. To be honest with you, some people say, "Oh, why you guys are doing this go lives and encouraging people to join or not?" I'm saying absolutely, I don't care if you join or not. This is not for me.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone the other day from Australia, and she was saying, "Oh, I can't trust you. I feel in my gut that something is wrong." I said, "You know what? Don't do it.
Forget it.
Forget it. Just don't do it. Go and do
Yeah.
Amazon. Go and do Shopify. Go and do
Yeah.
all these other
You
online
know, the,
businesses."
yeah,
And
exactly.
Ali here, sitting here, he's
Yeah.
one of the people. Ali, you have done Amazon, right?
Yes, I've
What is
done
your
Amazon.
experience for people, and how can you compare it with this
It
online
was, it
business?
was, it was, it wasn't going, it didn't go well, to be honest, in Amazon. I'm not saying that people are not making money in Amazon. This is not right. Some people are doing it, but Amazon, the problem with Amazon is the number that you think that people are making is not profit completely, because Amazon is charging you you for lots of fees and cost, inventory. If you don't do Prime, if you don't do, if you don't send your product to fulfillment facilities, so the people won't buy your product easily, right? So right now, if you, Neda, if you want to order something in Amazon, you prefer to be Prime, right? So
Yeah.
the Prime means that that guy is paying $3 to $4 for the inventory fee. How
Yeah.
much profit you can think that guy is making if he's putting something in Amazon for $12 and he bought it from, I don't know, Alibaba for $4? He's easy paying for another $4 or $5 to Amazon, and also shipping on the top. So basically, this is very tricky in Amazon, that the people are thinking that any product that you put in Amazon, it can bring you a cash, which it is not true. And I lost 35 grand
Oh,
simply on a phone and cell phone covers and cell phone accessories.
that's horrible.
Just in 4 months, I lost $3,500.
That's a lot
Uh,
of money, Ali. That's a lot
yeah,
of money.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
this is sad.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is not good. I tried it. I tried eBay as well, and the problem with eBay is not a very quality buyers are coming to eBay, and
Yeah.
they can easily purchase your product and claim that, yeah, the product quality was not great, and they are claiming for return, because eBay is a very to me is not clean like Amazon, right? So
Yeah.
anything you can find in eBay, and you cannot trust all the buyers. So there are all cons and pros between these e-commerce platforms. But the good thing about this digital marketing business is we are not relying on one specific platform, right?
Yeah.
When this business started, the dream team was created a long time ago. There was no Instagram on those days, right? There was no TikTok. Now I am hearing that TikTok also is booming,
Yeah.
even for this type of business. There was no Pinterest. So every 3, 4, 2 years, a new platform is coming into market, and we can use it as a ladder for our
Yeah.
business.
Yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely. And in our business, of course, there are products, but we have the products have already been selected for you. These are
yeah,
the products that have amazing compensation plan. I wish I knew about them. I mean, they have been around for 47 years. Personally, the impact they have had in my life, I mean, I'm forever grateful to God.
nice.
There's no way in my engineering career ever I can make anything similar to what we're making from social media. And it's a legitimate business. We pay a lot of taxes on it. I pay just because last year I had to pay a lot of money to CRA because they give us T4A, and every year you have to pay your taxes, you have to claim
Mm,
your expenses and everything. It's a real business. This year I have to be paying that on a monthly basis. So that I just paid a lot of money, and I went to the bank and they're like, are you a doctor? What kind of a job you do? And how come you just have to pay this much? I said, you know what? You make money, you give money more, right? And I'm yes, of course, in my gut I was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of taxes. But then at the end of the day, this is a tax that is going to bring more jobs to Canada. It's going to help the refugees. It's going to help a lot of people, right? So at the
yes,
end of the
absolutely.
day, my business not only has changed my life, but it's changing hundreds of lives through this business. People who need this money, and they're making that money, using that money from my taxes. So at the end of the day, I'm so grateful. The products are selected for you. You don't advertise those products. Nobody comes to any online business because they want to buy the product. When I didn't know, to be honest with you, I was so naive. When I click on my mentor's website and I came to the 30-day trial. First of all, as an engineer, I hated the webinar. I don't know, Ali, how you felt about it. Did you like
Yeah.
it the first time, or I just didn't like it at all? I was like saying, what is it? Like, why there's not enough information, right? Probably you felt
Yes.
the same.
Yes, you know what, Neda, the problem, the challenge in this business is there are so many scam in the world now, right? So you see so many people are just offering some crazy stuff that it's too good to believe. And I got a very similar feeling first time that I watched the video, until I talked to you as a real person, right? And especially by coincidence, we found out that we are from the same industry.
Yeah.
So and then in just 2 minutes, I trusted it. This is the challenge. This is the problem, that there are so many wrong business plans around the globe in the social media. There are some of them, even they do fraud. Unfortunately, the social media platforms, they stop them. But before they stop them, they just hunted so many heads before they get banned. It is true, but I got the same feeling as you mentioned. The
Yeah.
first time I was trusting 50%. I would say
Yeah. Same
50.
for me.
And
First,
then
yeah.
yeah, and then I took the phone, I called you, I talked to you, and I said, oh yeah, this is
This is
something
real.
that I have
You
to
probably
consider.
went and checked me out too, just to make sure I'm a real
Yeah,
person,
yeah,
because but I didn't interesting. I didn't check on my mentor because I didn't know her, and she was completely stranger, and she was
yeah.
living in British Columbia. I'm like, okay, do I know her? I don't know. I didn't know her, and I'm like, I just, my gut was telling me it's true. I just could feel it. And then the first step was the webinar. I watched it the first time. I didn't like it. The second time I watched it, I loved it. And I said, these people cannot be scammed. Then I came to the 30-day trial. And of course, the trial is paid trial. You pay $149. It's US dollars. And they give you a receipt right away. And they tell you have 30 days to decide. Then I said, you know what? I have 30 days to decide. And then then they send you a package. They said, these are the products we have. This is how much you're going to be making now. This is how much you're going to be making in 1 year. This is how much you're going to be making in 2 years. I looked at the compensation plan and how much everybody is making. And I'm like, oh my goodness, how is this possible? This is like CEOs of my company wouldn't make that much. And I'm like, okay, I was so pumped up and I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I knew I have to make an investment. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to borrow the money from my line of credit and I'm going to pay for it. And then I talked about it to my family and my friends, and then they all said, no, this is a scam. Don't do it. You're gonna lose your money. Nobody's gonna buy anything. This is a total scam. And I was like so disappointed. But then I talked to my husband and he was really on board. He's like, this is the era of online businesses. If you want to start an online business, just do it. Do it now or do it never. And then my God was pushing me. It was just pushing me. I knew I have to do it. Your God is never wrong. So sometimes people talk to me and they're like, oh, I don't know what to say. My spouse is skeptical. My wife is skeptical. My sister is skeptical. I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I can't tell you this. We all have been through that, right?
Yeah,
We all
yeah,
have been
and
through this. Yeah.
exactly. And one thing, Neda, that when I wanted to make this decision, it helped me to just make it very easily and with no kind of stress. I would say is, if you are watching the ad or watching a video about digital marketing, simply this means that you were interested to have a business, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to have any business, if you want to make a business plan, you have to pay 2-3 grand to a business plan consultant to just give you a business plan if you want to go to the bank to get a loan, right? 2-3
Yes.
grand. If you want to go buy a franchise like a Subway or any kind of food franchise, minimum amount that you have to pay is 70, 80, 90 grand. I'm talking about the cheap one. I'm not talking about the McDonald's one
Yeah.
that you have to pay
Yeah.
lots of money. So what if I just give this try, assuming worst case scenario, this is a scam, okay? How much you're spending on this to get to know that this is a scam? Now
Yeah.
you're not giving it a try. It's not an expensive try and error, right?
Yes.
Some of the efforts that we are doing to have a new business is way more than expensive than we can imagine, and we are just paying easy because we are going to the office. We
Yeah.
see a person, we see a secretary, we pay them 2,000, 3,000 cash to give us a business plan for a loan, and we think we did a great job. And then when after 2 years, 3 years that business is running, you notice that, okay, I'm close to bankruptcy. So
Yes.
why we are doing this effort with no pain and doing the digital marketing try
Yeah.
with some pain, because it's all about the virtuality of this business. But
Yeah.
when you see somebody on a that they are truly a human, I have two eyes, nose and mouth, and I'm talking, so it can be maybe easier to just make decision, but it's not an expensive decision, to be honest.
Yes.
Assuming that you are unsuccessful on this business, you are buying a product, you're using the product, and also
You're buying into the business. You're buying into the business using that product. And it's like, you
yeah.
know, getting into a share from like Apple and like similar to that. And Apple is a platform that is producing a lot of income, and you're going to be getting a share of that. So some people say, you know, I'm not sure if I can invest. I'm like, you know, that's okay. This is not something you want to get into, being stressed out, being worried. I didn't have the initial investment myself, but I had faith. I knew
Mhm.
this is going to work. I saw everybody. I saw people from 17 years old to 70 years old, and they came. Some of them they came to this business. I'm their coach, and they had $30,000 debt. They started paying off their debts after 6 months, 7 months. The first month, usually after 6, 7 months, you get to the point you will start making a lot of money, and then I'm like, just give it a few months, and you're going to be out of debt. And they're like, Neda, are you sure I can do it? I said, yeah, absolutely. I've seen that happen in hundreds of people, and you're going to be one of them. So what if this is what can change your life? You know, the risk compared to what you gain is very minimal, as Ali said. And to be honest with you, don't do it for Neda or Ali. It's for you. It's your chance. I didn't do it because of my mentor or someone else. I did it because I knew that's the right decision. People are making money. People's lives are changing. And if I didn't start this business, we would still have no savings. We would be still living paycheck to paycheck. We would be so stressed out. And I'm so grateful that God put this opportunity in our way. So if there is 50% chance that you will be successful, and you can, because everybody else is, why not you? Then do it. You know, it's a legit business. It's international. Today you're in Canada. Tomorrow you can decide to go to Dubai and live with your
Mhm.
family. Nothing is going to change. You just move your ID from this country to that country. You know, it's absolutely, as Ali said, no risk with that. So Amazon, as you said, Ali, I have so many people in my team who have done
Yeah.
Amazon. Stock market, I have so many people done stock market, trading, Shopify, all different sort of online businesses, Bob Proctor, you know, all this. I don't want to mention those names because I don't want to defame anyone. I'm sure everybody is respected, and you know, maybe those, you know, those online businesses have their own philosophy behind them, but they're now here
Yeah.
making a lot of money, right? And
Yeah,
they're
and
taking
Nero,
it.
you know, it's a matter of success ratio, right?
Yeah,
So, as I said, in Amazon, lots of people are becoming millionaire.
yeah,
But when you compare the success ratio, the how many million people are in this business and how many people are successful, that number is very tiny, tiny. So,
yes,
this is what it is, and there are lots of, as I said, cons and pros here that if you put them together, you will see, okay, how much I am risking here if I try digital marketing. And by the way, something just this is not very related to this discussion that we are having. The knowledge that you're learning here, it will be usable in so many other areas in your
yeah,
personal life as well. For example, I myself, my wife is in a jewelry industry, right? So
yeah,
during the COVID, you know that, Neda. So
yeah,
I'm using the knowledge that I'm learning here
yeah.
off the track.
Yeah, no,
So
no, 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 that's amazing. A lot of people
yeah,
are doing that, Ali.
yeah,
A lot
I
of
am.
people are
I'm
doing that
actually doing digital marketing
for
for
your
her
wife.
product as well, right?
And
So
and Ali, how much would have that cost you if you wanted to take
a
that course
lot,
in
a
college?
lot. If you go to any college, even in Ontario, I don't know the outside Ontario, but if you go for any packaged or certificate, basically it's not a. I don't think there is a bachelor in digital marketing, but it's a
No.
certificate.
Yeah.
There are a lot. You know, you have to pay 3
CDI, CDI
CDI,
College,
CDI
Trias
college, yeah.
College.
So
Yeah,
I
Red
know, yeah,
Academy.
3,000, 4,000 you have to pay for, and they're not teaching you something out of this discussion. It's exactly these platforms. There is
Yeah.
nothing other than these
And
platforms, right?
not YouTube, Ali. I contacted Trios College because they don't put their pricing there. You have to email them. So I emailed them. I said, how much is the cost of your digital marketing, and what is
Mhm.
what are you teaching? They only teach Facebook and Google. $10,000. CDI
Yes.
College, I contacted them as well. Again, close to 10,000. Red Academy was
Yeah.
4,500. And then
Yeah.
Digital Marketing Institute, which is a guy I spoke with on from UK or something, and he for $3,000. And none of them teaches YouTube. None of them
Yeah.
teaches Pinterest. You're killing it on Pinterest right now with your
Yes.
wife,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
Pinterest is it's a platform I have never used, but I see a lot of people in our team making a lot of money from
Yeah.
Pinterest because
Yeah.
I use
Exactly.
it for posts and stuff. I haven't
Yeah.
used it for making money yet as a
Yeah.
business tool.
Yeah.
So you got that all for $149. That $149 that you pay when you come to the 30-day trial, you can get it back in 30 days if this isn't for you. Or
Yeah.
if you decide you want to continue, that's the cost of your website, that's the cost of your sales funnel, and the click funnel. The cheapest click funnel we have is $600, and it doesn't have the workshop replay. It doesn't have connection to Facebook. It's like $600 just to pay for the click funnel, let alone your training on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Google Ads, and all that. So it's really a good value when it comes to what you're gaining out of this, right?
Yes, absolutely. Just the only difference between what you're learning here and those colleges are just they are giving you certificate, which that certificate I don't think you can find a job with that certificate only, because usually the employers, they are not looking at your certificate. They want to know how much you know, how much
Yeah,
experience you have.
yeah,
So to be honest, the training package that I see here, because I went through their packages one time. One of my friends, he was trying to get the certificate, and I went through to their packages. When you compare with the videos and the training materials that there is available here, with that for $149, it's not comparable.
I know.
It's just a textbook. You have to read text. Here, everything is step by step by video is teaching you how to do, or how to use Facebook, how to use all the platforms, YouTube, LinkedIn, and big nice group of people here to helping each other. So it's amazing. And
Yes,
as I told you, I'm using this NetApp for my wife product, and
yes,
I'm telling to the people who are my leads. I'm explaining to them that in whatever business you are, let's say you are having a oil change mechanic shop. If you want to do marketing in Google, doing in YouTube, or doing it in any platform that you want, you can use this knowledge to
yeah.
do your business market. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you're selling.
Yes, absolutely. And there's a lot of questions. People ask me, I see some comments here, how fast I can make money. The answer is it completely depend on you. I
Yeah.
just made very little the first 2, 3 months. And then that $2,000 I came for, I made it in the month 3. But I wasn't really making a lot of money until month 5 or month 6. And
Mhm.
that's when I just found myself, or what is my brand, who are my audience, what the hell I'm doing on Facebook, what the hell I made a lot of mistakes. That's
And
why I mentioned.
even I was slower than you.
Yeah.
So it depends. It really depends on how much time you're putting on this, how
Yes.
much effort. So when I started at that time period, I was quite busy with some other stuff,
Yeah.
personal stuff. So the time I spent, it was not like you, not
Yes.
time that you were putting on this business. So I was even slower than you. But it's not for sure. I guarantee it's not a one night overnight business. For
Yes. It's
sure,
not
it's
an
not overnight.
overnight business.
It,
There's no overnight
yeah,
business that gives you over ten
there is.
thousand dollars a month
In general, there is no easy money anywhere. If
anywhere.
somebody tells you it's a easy money, that's BS. So
That's BS.
it's
Yes,
not. Yeah.
absolutely. But when you compare this, Ali, with the salaries we get from our EPCM or engineering, whatever companies, it's way more. Like in one check, you get like what you make in your day job in 6 weeks. And I'm like, how is that possible? I studied so hard, and now this online business, I could have had just no education, no nothing,
Yeah.
just fresh graduate, high school student, and I could be doing this and making so much. And if you see like YouTube, you see like Stephen Sherrill. It's like one of the guys who's a YouTuber making millions of dollars a year. He probably that never went to university. So there's a lot of money in social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So if you set up your business, just get started, set up your business, go to the training, give it a few months, and you will start like seeing a lot of results. It's like just, having your own coffee shop. People in your neighborhood, they say, oh, there's a new coffee shop, let's go and check it out. They check you out first, the second time, say third time. Then after some time, they come to your shop. Then they see you, they see your customer service, they see what you have to say. If they feel good about it, then they want to come back, and then in your 1 year, not only you have produced revenue, but also you have produced profit. Because for me, what's important is I can start making money. So I can, then after that, at some point I will be just start making money. But for a lot of people, like just today, just somebody messaged me saying, oh, I just moved from Iran to Canada. I want to start this business. I always tell them, you know what, people who just immigrated, they have no idea what's going on, how hard it is to make money in Canada or US or Australia. It's really hard to make money. Even if you're educated, even if you're a professional, there's a lot of competition in the job market. Get in there, feel that pain, and then come back after 6 months, 1 year, and see if this is something you want to do. I don't want to be, you come here, start, investing, and you have no idea what is it like. And a lot of people also accuse of scam. Ali, I'm sure you have seen that a lot of. That's why Ali started with saying, "I'm not scam."
Yeah, it's very normal, and I got used to it. And one point to add to your points, Neda. I understand that so many people who are immigrated to Canada, so it's not easy to find a job at the beginning. But even after you're getting a job, we had this discussion so many times, right? In the project, there is no job security. Even if you go to Canada.ca, they are having lots of statistic and information about the job security based on the title, right? So one of the reason, and some jobs that are secure, for example, if you are working in a library, probably you have enough job security, but the wages or salaries maybe probably is not at the level that you can support complete efficiently your finance. But in the project, at least me and you, if there is no job security. And one of the reasons that I was thinking about the plan B was simply in past 12 years, almost 13 years that I'm in Canada, I laid off 3 times. Actually, with the last December that it happened because of COVID, 4 times I laid off. And so what you want to do when you get laid off and you want to find, you need to find a new job, at least it takes 4 to 6 months to find a new job, right? So you have to use your savings. Always having a plan B is good. And this happened to me. And if I didn't have this business, I would be more fragile, I would say, right? Because from December to February, I didn't have any job until I found my new job.
I know.
So you're not getting impacted that much by losing this job. So
I know.
This is the main reason, to be honest. I was looking for plan B always.
Yes. And also in our business, the platform we're using has pension plan. So usually around 3 years, 4 years, people get to the point they get paid $5,000 for life, plus $25,000 one-time bonus. And then after that, they get to the point they get $10,000 for life, plus $50,000 one-time bonus. I can't even imagine that. You and I are not there yet, but I see hundreds of people in our team who started earlier, they're there now. And of course, they have to pay taxes on that because this is a legit business. No matter where you're watching these videos from, this is not one of those businesses that you just get paid under the table. The government knows about it. You have to claim your expenses and all that. So you just be ready to pay off at least 20%, 30% of your taxes to the...
yeah, you have to, in Canada, at least in Ontario, because I know the explanations, the wording, you need to have a HST number.
Yes.
You just you have to claim all whatever you made, and based on the HST number, Revenue Canada will come back.
Yeah, the Revenue Canada is going to take. So this is a good thing because Ali and I, we both work for professionally. We didn't want to get into some scam, and some people say, you know what, this is a scam. Then I'm like, you know what, if this was a scam, I didn't have to work so hard. I'm sleeping at 1 o'clock in the morning. Last time, Ali, I messaged you around 12:30. I said, Ali, you want to do a Zoom tomorrow? Go live? Yeah. It was like 12:30. If this was a scam, I would just put my feet up and then have it.
Yeah.
You know, in my hands. I would just my bank account will be filled. It's not a scam. It's a real business. It's hard work, but the rewards are amazing. So this is not a scam. And Ali, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I always like to hear someone else's point of view. And you are a professional in your career, working for a very big company. Everybody wants to be part of that company when it comes to construction. And you have a lot of experience in other online businesses like Amazon and all that. So thank you so much for sharing your experience with us.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you so much, Ali Jan.
Bye.